Alright, Blue Table fans. Hey, I'm back again with another Tactics. I don't know if Sean's going to post this at the same time as I made the High Elf one, but here it is anyway. This time we're going to talk about Eldar for 40k. Now this one's going to be based or geared towards the more experienced tournament kind of players. So if you're new to Eldar or you're looking into it, this could help you. It may not. You may not understand everything. So as a forewarning, this is what the new current books looks like. It is 5th edition 40k right now. Now there are rumors, really strong rumors, that 6th edition is coming out next summer in 2012, and there's a new Eldar Codex coming out in 2013. So a year from now, this may not be relevant. So yeah, take that as a warning. Alright, so what I'm going to talk about my favorite elite choices. I'm going to talk about the Aspect Warriors. I've been playing with them a lot, and I have found a lot of really fun, useful, different things to do. Now, for anybody who's ever played Eldar, you know for sure that they're very much a finesse army, especially for how old of a book they've been. They're, I think, the 3rd oldest book. They came out in 06. I think the only ones that are older right now are Black Templar and Tau. Dark Angels came out in 07. Chaos Space Marines came out in 07. Yeah, and Tyranids got redone that were done in 06 too. So Eldar, they're starting to show their age really badly, and their points definitely reflect that. Regardless, they're still a pretty good book. I just did a video with Thomas, that's his name. He played Space Wolves, one of the newer books, and what's arguably one of the best books. And I won with that. So we're going to go over the elite section. Eldar are very finesse, whereas you need the right tool for the right job at the right time. Someone explained it to me once where basically it's like serving butter with a chainsaw versus a butter knife. Now, Eldar are really good, whereas if you do it with the right tool at the right time, a butter knife, it goes very well and everything's happy. But they can also be where the same unit goes against something else and it's very bad and it ends up horribly and there's butter everywhere because you used a chainsaw. Hope you enjoyed that analogy because it kind of made me laugh when I heard it. So we're going to talk about 3 units. They're all the elites. They're all the Aspect Warriors. There's the Howling Banshees, there's the Scorpions, and then there's the Fire Dragons. We're going to talk with the Fire Dragons first. They're actually my least favorite of all of them. Now, they all have fusion guns, which to any Imperium player, that's a melt-a-gun. It's the same thing. Yeah, fusion blasters, Tau. Okay. So Strength 8, AP 1, melt a rule. Half the range gives them an extra dice. They're really good for, guess what? Hunting tanks, which is what 5th edition is all about right now. Here's the reason I don't like them, though. They're 16 points each, so they're kind of heavy, so you're 80 points in automatically just with the 5 guys. You give them a ride, which is a Wave Serpent, you arm that with just a Bright Lance, you're already looking at a 200-point unit. Excuse me. Sorry, had a hiccup there. Anyway, 200-point unit, right. What they do is they'll zoom up, get right next to a tank, or at least within 6 inches so they can use their melt-a-guns. Usually a heavy tank, Land Raider, Monolith, since that's affected by it now. Ghost Arcs, any Necron, but 13, 14 armor. And they'll jump out, they'll get it, they'll kill it, the tank will be gone, and then something comes around and just kills them right after. That's what I've always seen happen with Fire Dragons. I've never really seen it another way. And taking 10 guys, I would advise against, just because how dead does a tank really need to be? Seriously, you only need 1 pen shot. Technically, I know more is better. So Fire Dragons, they're really good for that. They die way too easy. Way too easy. Because if there's one thing Eldar don't really like, unless they're really good at it, it's getting close to people. Kind of that no touchy. Like, see, no touchy. No. Anyway, so that's Fire Dragons. They're also really good at killing knob bikers, which is really funny. Monstrous creatures, anything with a high toughness. Wraith Lords, that's the guys that you need to go for that. Let's see here. Howling Banshees, let's do them next. So they are all Strength 3, Toughness 3, but they all have power weapons. I'll have power weapon close combat, or pistols, so they all have 2 attacks base, Very good unit. I love these guys. Girls. They're all girls. What to say about Banshees? So, Banshees are really good at killing anything with armor on them. Basically, a 3+ or a 4+. And they're also really good at killing anything with a toughness 3 or 4. They don't like toughness 5 because it's 6s to wound, even with Doom. Doom is reroll, for those that don't know. It's still really hard to get at people. I mean, so. Howling Banshees, they're really good for killing things, any Space Marine. Let's see what else. Necrons. Chaos Space Marines. Basically anything that's toughness 3 or 4 and doesn't have a 5 or 6 armor save. So like throwing Banshees against, a boy squad of even like 15 boys or Termagants or Hormagants, it's a bad idea. Very bad idea. Just because you're wasting their potential. How I usually run my Banshees is I usually run them 10 strong. I give them an X-Arc with both powers, because they're both 5 points each, which are War Shout and Acrobatics. Very good. War Shout, you don't really need, it's 5 point, but when it works, it's really funny, because then people are hitting you on 5s. You give the X-Arc an Executioner, gives her Strength 5, gives her extra hitting power, and then you also run a Farseer with them. This Farseer has Fortune and Doom. Doom, whatever you're going to charge, Fortune, the squad. Then go to town. They usually just destroy anything. The only problem is when they assault into cover, since they don't have grenades. Now, I'm not sure how other people read it, because it's still kind of there's no fact about it. But how we play it in my store is, it says when the Banshees assault, when they initiate assault, they go to initiative 10. So that happens. And when they hit terrain, since they don't have grenades, they drop to initiative 1. So we play it as go to 10, then go to 1. If that's not how you play it, good for you. Then Banshees are really good, because charging in the open is what they do best. Let's see here. And you don't have to take them in the Wave Serpent. It's strongly advised, though, because running across the field, very bad. It's not fun. Alright, so that's Banshees. Scorpions next. Scorpions are my favorite aspect out of all of them. Even more than Swooping Hawks. And anybody who knows how much I love Swooping Hawks, you can tell how impressive Scorpions are. I love the models. I love what they do. Basically, they're the only Strength 4 in the army. They have a ton of attacks. They're high initiative. It's really good. So, unlike the Banshees, Scorpions are amazing at killing everything they aren't. Not so great at the toughness 5, still way better than Banshees, but they're great at killing Hormagants, Termagants, Orc Boys, Cadians. I'd say Tau, but everybody's good at killing Tau. What else are they good at killing at? I mean, name it. If it's got, doesn't even have to have a low leadership, just a low armor value. They're really good. I usually just run them by themselves in a Wave Serpent. It's the mainstay transport of the Eldar army. Yay! Wave Serpent's so overpriced, but so good. But that's for a different video. Let's see here. Yeah, so run them 10 strong, give them an X-Arc. I prefer the claw, the Scorpion Claw, the power weapon, or the power fist, just for that extra punch in case you do have to fight Marines, which is quite often. But I've also been experimenting with Chain Sabers and the Biting Blade. Both are pretty good. Mostly the Biting Blade, just because if you ever get charged by a Dreadnought, you're not just screwed. Because you are, if you get charged by a Dreadnought. And shame on you, because you should be able to outrun it. Let's see here. And I think that's about it for Scorpions. Man, I love those models. So cool. Let me just daydream about them for a second. Well, that was fun. Anyway, so in summary, Fire Dragons, good at tanks, monsters, creatures, not good at killing anything else in range, cannot attack in close combat worth beans. So yeah, take them against Paladins from Grey Knights, Terminators, tanks, monsters, creatures. Just don't be surprised when they die really fast, because everybody targets them as soon as they come out on the battlefield. Banshees, really good at killing power armor, things with high armor values of 3 or 2+, and 4+. Don't fight anything that's got more models in the squad than you do, is a good rule to follow. And run them with a Farseer, because they need that Doom. You'd be surprised how often that works. It's really cool. Scorpions, just the opposite of Banshees. Get them at things that are in big groups with low armor values. And by armor values, I mean the armor save, not like, tanks. Yeah. I'll tell you more about the other elites, the Wraith Guard or the Harlequins, but I actually don't play with them. I've actually never played with them. It's kind of weird. But that's it for Eldar. And if you'd like me to make a video about another army for 40k, go ahead and shoot me an email or message, whatever it is, through my YouTube account. My YouTube account name, whatever it is. Not very hip with the lingo in YouTube land. It's RustBucket34373. I'll try and make a comment, which is right down there. Try and be one of the first ones, so you can just click on that. It'll take you right to my page. It's not decorative at all. Just send me an email or whatever. If I don't respond to you, it's not because I don't like you or I didn't read your email. It's probably just because I don't have anything to say about the army, because I don't. It's just how it goes. I'm not all-knowing. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, so I'll see you next time, Blue Table fans. Hope you enjoyed this video.